I gave a talk on clutter. Many of you might know I'm a feng shui consultant and I talk about clearing clutter. And when I was giving the talk, I noticed that a woman in the audience had tears in her eyes at one point. And I acknowledged it, and she's with her husband, and I have her permission to tell this story with you. Her husband asked quite a few questions during my talk, and at the end of it, like I'm doing tonight, I offered the opportunity to win 1 hour free coaching. And at the end of the evening, we did the prize draw, and this lady had won the 1 hour free prize draw of coaching. And she was quite overcome. And she came up to me and she said, I can't believe it. She said, we weren't going to come this evening. We couldn't afford it. I can't believe I won this because this is the one prize that I wanted to win. I really wanted 1 hour coaching with you, Mary Claire, and I've won it. And then she said something that was so humbling and memorable. She said, I have waited 61 years for this moment. That's the part of her that she didn't know. She didn't know. That's the part of her that was real, that knew her breakthrough was just around the corner. And now her and I, at that point, knew how that was going to happen. But she took responsibility. She took on board what I had talked about in terms of clearing clutter in her home. We made an appointment 3 weeks later. Her husband wanted to be part of it. I said, with all due respect, it's just me. He said, can I cook you lunch? Yes, that'd be lovely. We made an appointment. She went home, and I started hearing on the grapevine through third parties how this lady had gone home and with a vengeance, and Roni's laughing because she knows this story, knows this lady, it was incredible. She went home and she started clearing clutter.
3 cars went to the Thompson's mission.
Wow.
As you'll get the guest speaker that spoke with you. 3 cargoes. Wow. Yeah.
This lady took responsibility. She took on board what she had heard, she committed herself to the task, and she cleared her clutter.
She's also put everything in the book there. Every single, she completely tracked the
When I got to her house, she showed me her freezer. And any of you know Romy, who teaches about good food and how good food nourishes the body. And she showed me all these little dishes, frozen dishes, home-cooked food. And she said, for years I let my husband cook for me and I didn't take responsibility for what was going into my mouth and into my body. I've now taken responsibility. She cleared the clutter in her home, she cleared the clutter in her body. You're getting ready for the miracle. Then I got a phone call from my husband saying, I'm terribly sorry, we need to postpone your appointment with my wife because I think it was she fell downstairs, but she damaged her ankle and was in hospital, and when she came home she wouldn't be able to do anything. He was having to do everything around the house. I can tell you he wasn't very happy about it either. He was in that sort of, you know when people are trying to be generous, and trying to sound loving, and underneath you can hear the and I thought, how interesting. So she's cleared her house, she's cleared her body, and now she's cleared space to be with herself. But she's not being busy. How much time do we spend being so busy that we can't hear ourselves think? By the time her appointment came, I'd had my breakthrough. And now I'm vibrating at different energy, and the two come together as the law of attraction tells us they do. And I arrived, and she was out there on the street waving me in. She got me in, she said, you said you only have 1 hour. And I said to her earlier, I said, I have 1 hour, I can't stay for lunch, and I promise you, you will achieve your breakthrough in 1 hour. She said, I know I've got 1 hour. She said, so I've told my husband, he's not allowed anywhere near us. This is for me and you, and this is my 1 hour, and I'm taking it. Wow, that's somebody stepping up to Mark. This is a woman who had a stroke at 25 years old. This is a woman who describes herself as, I can't see very well. I can't read properly. I I'm not very good at speaking. And I really, I let my husband do the communication. This is a woman who didn't trust herself. But that day, she took responsibility, and she took responsibility for her life and for herself. And as soon as I was in there, she was straight to the nitty-gritty. She wasn't afraid, she was courageous. She wanted her truth, she wanted her breakthrough, she'd done the work. And so her breakthrough came very, very easily, because she'd prepared the path, she had cleared the path to find her heart and to find her truth. And when she'd gone out, I tell you, in front of me, this lady lost 20 years. Her eyes brightened, her whole self brightened up. She said, oh, I get it! She said, I can be anybody I want to be. She said, I can go out and get a tattoo. She said, I can make mad, passionate love to my husband. And it's okay. Wow, we've got to spread this stuff around. This is going to be fun.